I want to talk about masculinity for a minute. I can't do it in 3 minutes, so we're going to do it here. This will be a little bit longer. It is what it is. Masculinity has been a hot topic issue for about 20 years. Really, in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? There was a lot of like, oh, toxic masculinity. That's when all that shit really started. Now, couple things. Men need to be violent. Need. It's a necessity. Now, what differentiates a man who is violent from a boy who is violent is the wisdom to know when violence is necessary. Right? In the club, because someone stepped on your white shoe you shouldn't have worn to a pack-ass club, that's your problem. That's not a time to be violent. That's a time for you to take your ass home and sit down and think about decisions you're making. Because you're making poor decisions. In traffic, someone cuts you off and you're going to be an extra 30 seconds longer to get where you're going to get out and fight them, and then you're going to jail, and then you're never going to make it to where you were going. So you're fighting because they're going to make you a little bit late, so you're going to say fucking and not make it at all. Wrong time to be violent. Lack of discipline. Lack of wisdom. Violence is necessary and acceptable only in the opposition of violence perpetrated against you or others. Someone attacks you, time to be violent. Someone attacks anyone you know or love, time to be extra violent. Someone in public is being harassed or assaulted by another man, time for violence. You cannot have a society today that does not have good violent men. No one cares when somebody slides in and rocks some fucking guy that's harassing or manhandling a woman, right? We all love those videos. Why? Because it's exactly what the fuck needed to happen. We all love when a fucking active shooter is taken out by a civilian. Why? Because we want to think that when the bad guys show up, good men will show up too. You cannot have that dynamic in society if you do not have good men that are violent. Violence is a necessity of masculinity. That being said, all you young motherfuckers who think that's all it takes, no. It also requires the wisdom to know when to be violent. The discipline to not be violent when it is unnecessary, and the discipline to be violent when it is necessary regardless of the consequences. When you step in and save that lady in public and you blast this fucking dude in the face, you're going to go to jail for assault. You do it anyway because you are a man and that is what you should do. That is what discipline is. An assault charge is going to get you 2 days in jail and like a $300 fine. If you can't figure that out, go get a better job. Go work 2 jobs. You got to figure it out. Now, it's hard to be a young man because nobody wants you. Women don't want you because you don't have a career or money, and you certainly don't have anything that they want because you don't have any experience. Men don't want you because you're unruly, you're undisciplined, you don't have the skill set they need to work with them or for them, so they don't fucking want you either. This is where discipline really comes in. Because at that point, when you feel unwanted, what you want to do is say, well, fuck all of y'all. I'm going to go do what I want to do. I'm going to go party and drink and chase women and do what I want to do. Lack of discipline. What you should do is go, damn, what's wrong with me? How come nobody wants to fuck with me? And then you go read a book and you go to the gym and you earn and learn a skill set. Discipline and wisdom. The wisdom to know that you're not good enough because you don't know anything and you don't know how to do anything. And the discipline to get better so that you can know things, so you can do things, so people do want you around. Every young man between the age of 16 and 25 is basically just a stinky hobo that either lives with their parents or whoever, whatever girl they convinced that they were useful at the time, or woman. The last and most important part of being a man and what masculinity means is taking on responsibility of your own free will. Deciding to be more responsible for yourself, your family, and your community around you is the final piece to what masculinity is. You oftentimes see older men, maybe over 40 or 50 years old, and they're in the park. And they're just walking around in the park, picking up trash. They don't have a vest on. You know what I mean? Or they're in their neighbor's yard, cutting the grass. Not because they asked them to, because it needed to be done. And whoever lives there isn't capable. Discipline, wisdom, violence, and taking on more responsibility willingly. Not responsibility that's been hoisted on you. Not, oh, my sister's a crackhead, so I had to take her kids in. No. That's discipline that's been hoisted, or responsibility that's been hoisted upon you. Now, in that moment, your decision to be disciplined and wise and say, yes, of course I'll take the children. Absolutely. Doing it willingly and not begrudgingly is a big difference. Because at the moment, as a man, what you need to know is those children who are having their life uprooted feel lost, cast adrift. And as always, your job as a man is to be the rock that they can fucking cling to. That is your job. Stability, functionality. Show up, do the thing, do it with pride, and do it every fucking time. And if anybody tells you you're wrong and hasn't done it better or doesn't have a cock, tell them to shut the fuck up. That is what masculinity and being a man is to me. Have a great day. Maybe if I can get this bitch to stop recording.